Okay, good morning. Welcome to Math
Hey,
Project.
I didn't hear the camera turn on.
Math Project 85. Well, let's see if the camera turned on. I thought it did. Yep, it's recording.
Oh.
Okay, welcome to Math Project 85. Today we're going to continue on what we studied a little bit with Math Project 84. It's just learning a little bit about two-digit multiplication. So you ready for a quick review?
Yep.
Okay, here we go. We're going to do, how about 23 times 45?
45 times 23 is not going to get the same answer.
45 times 23 is not going to be the same as 23 times 45?
It could be.
I think it is.
I think it is.
Yeah, I think it is.
45 times.
Now, here's how we talked about doing this. You do 5 times 3 is 15.
Yeah.
So you write the 5 and
carry the 1.
And carry the 1. And then you say 5 times 2 is 10 plus
plus the 1 plus the 10. 5 times 2 is 10.
5 times 2 is 10
plus 10.
Okay, well, you're right. That is a 10 that carries over, but this is really 5 times the 20,
yeah,
which is 100.
Well, 5 times 2 plus 1.
Right, so instead of saying 5 times 20 is 100 plus 10 is 110, we say 5 times 2 is 10 plus 1. We just get rid of the zeros.
Yeah.
Okay, so 5 times 2 is 10 plus 1 is?
11.
11. Okay. And now, do you remember what we have to do when we move over here to this 40 times 3? So we're going to pretend, we're going to say this is 4 times 3. But what we do is we just write a 0 here first because we're getting rid of that 0.
Yes.
Okay? So 4 times 3 is?
12.
12, so we write a 2 and carry the 1. Remember, we have to get rid of our old 1, but turns out the new 1 is the same. And what do we say here?
4 times 2
Is
8 plus 1
is
9.
9. So we write a 9 there. And now we have to add 115 plus 920.
Whoa.
What's that going to be?
1,035.
Right. It's going to be 1,000 plus 30 plus 5, which is 1,035. Okay? So 23 times 45 is 1,035. Now, do you want to check? Because you were worried that 45 times 23 might be different. You want to check?
It's just the same.
You want to check and double check that it's the same for extra practice?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's do 45 times 23. Okay? So, 3 times 5 is?
15.
So we write a?
We write a 5.
5, and we carry the 1. Okay? Sorry, I wrote my 5 badly. Okay. Now we do 3 times 4 is?
3 times 4 is 12.
Plus?
Plus 1 is 13.
Okay, so this is 135. And now when we start with our second number, what do we always write here?
A 0.
A 0.
And 2 times 5 is 10.
Okay, so what do we write?
We write the 1.
What do we write here? 2 times 5 is 10, so what do we write first?
With a 0.
A 0.
And then we carry the 1.
We have to cross out the old 1 and write a new 1. But that's okay. And then what do we say here?
And it's 2 times 4
Is
8 plus 1 is 9.
9. Okay, so in this time, instead of having to do 115 plus 920, this time we have to do 135 plus 900. What's that?
It still adds up to 1,035.
It still adds up to 1,035. So it works out to be the same.
You would 1,025 for 4.
Oh, no, yeah, sorry, my handwriting's bad today. I did write 1,035. I just...
Couldn't see it.
Okay, so now it's your turn. Let's have you do, I don't know, 16 times 52.
Whoa.
Okay, can you come up to the board and do that for me? Okay. 16 times 52.
Well, 6 times 2 is 12.
Well, 2 times 6.
2 times 6 is 12. We write the 2. We carry the 1.
Okay.
And then And then we say 2 times 1 plus 1.
Okay, what's that?
2 times 1 plus 1 is 3.
Right. 2 times 1 is 2, plus 1 is 3. So you write a
3.
Okay.
And we carry the 0.
And there's nothing to carry. Okay, so now going to the next line, what's the first thing you do on the next line?
Well, we put a 0 right here.
Put a 0 right there. Great.
And then we do 5 times 1 plus 1.
You do what? 5 times what?
5
5 times
1.
no.
5 times 6.
5 times 6 is
30.
so what do you write?
We write a 0.
And what do you carry?
We have to scribble out the 1.
Scribble out the 1. And what do you carry? So 5 times 6 is 30. So you write a 0 and you carry the
3.
3.
And then we do 5 times 10. 5 times 1 plus 2, no, 5 times 1 plus 3.
5 times 1 plus 3. What is that?
It's 8.
8. Okay.
We put the 8 down by the 2 zeros.
Okay. So what do we have to add? What 2 numbers do we have to add now?
32 and 800.
Okay, what is that?
832.
832. Okay, great job. I'm going to have you do one more practice, and then we'll be done, and we'll take a look at the homework problem. Okay? So you make up any two-digit numbers you want. This is going to be the problem you make up all by yourself. Okay, what's our first 2-digit number?
22.
22 times...
Alright, 22 times 15.
15. Okay. Now, it could be that nobody has ever done this before. You just made up those 2 numbers, and maybe maybe you're the first person to ever figure out what 22 times 15 is. It might be.
22 times 15. Well, 5 times 2 is 10. So we write a 0, carry the 1.
Okay. What do you do next?
Then we do 5 times 2
2,
plus 1,
which is?
11.
Okay, so what do you write?
We write a 1 here.
Okay.
And we carry the 1.
Carry the 1 to nowhere. Okay, so what do you write? So it's just...
Well, that's a 1 0.
So you just write another. You write the 11 because you're at the end. Okay. All right. So very good.
Now the first thing we do when we go over there is write a 0.
Yeah.
Next line.
Okay.
So now it's 1 times 2.
Right. This 1 times this 2.
Yep.
And what's 1 times 2?
2.
2.
There's nothing.
So you write a 2, and there's nothing to carry. Now make sure you cross out the old thing you carried. Cross it out so you don't get confused. And what's the last step here?
No. Another 1 times 2.
And what's that?
Just 2.
Okay. So now we have to add up.
110 plus 220.
What's that going to be?
Which is 330.
330.
330.
Okay, so write that out. Okay, so maybe you're the first person who ever figured out that 22 times 15 is 330, because you made up that problem all by yourself. All right, so the homework problem we're going to take a look at here, and why we spent all this time learning how to do 2-digit multiplication, is Olympiad 77, problem number 3. Give me the marker. Okay, and we're going to turn off the camera, but we're going to take a look at that problem right now. Okay?
Yeah.
All right, good job, sweetie. Good job.
Problem now.
Yep.